Reading Genesis 14, I've been on the story of Abraham and Lot, and Abraham was in the place where God wanted him to be. He was obedient to where God wanted him to be. But Lot, he began to pitch his tent, which is Abraham's nephew, began to pitch his tent towards Sodom and Gomorrah, a sinful city, to the point where he started to live in Sodom and Gomorrah. And it almost costed him his life several times. And I wrote this note on the side of this story, and I said, Lot's choice to pitch his tent towards Sodom and Gomorrah came with repercussions. Just being within the sight of evil can affect a person. I believe lots of people dabble or play with sin. They start with a conversation that leads to a relationship, then a commitment. Lot started with curiosity, and I think a lot of us start with curiosity when it comes to sin. We entertain a thought, then eventually that thought leads to actions, and those actions leads to repercussions. And so my mother had this tree in the backyard, and this tree started off as a shrub, like it was small. She's been living in this house for like more than 30 years. And it just started as a shrub, but eventually it grew to the point where it affected the foundation of her house that it cost us thousands of dollars to get rid of. But in the beginning, it was just a shrub where I could have myself, as young as I was, I think I was a teenager, I could have cut it off and it could have saved us thousands of dollars. But because we allowed it to grow and not really pay attention to it, that eventually it started to affect the foundation of our house. And I think a lot of us have a sin that is small, right? It's just a thought. But because we're not cutting it off in the beginning, eventually that sin will grow and affect us later on in life. So it's something to think about, guys. These thoughts that we entertaining, we need to give them to God. And I don't think we understand that we could do that. That whatever thought or evil thought or sinful thought that comes to our mind, we can give it to God and cut it off right there and then. Just something to think about.